Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
I'm Nobu.
And today we're going to be watching The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 6. So, I feel like we started to get into some interesting stuff last episode. We started to get into Bo-Katan and kind of go back to the Mandalore storyline and stuff like that. A little bit of hint of the Empire, whatever heck's going on there. So, I'm kind of intrigued to see where we go from here. We ended off on a cliffhanger with them finding Beskar in Moff Gideon's
I
thing.
forgot about that.
Which I think you're totally right about it being the people that used to work with Bo-Katan, who are just like mercenaries now.
Yeah, I would think so.
But we'll see. I don't know. I'm very interested to see where we go from here. I don't know if we're gonna follow Bo-Katan, like separate from Mando. I don't know where Mando's gonna go at this point. So I'm kind of intrigued to see where we end up going here. Episode 6. I think we're only doing 8 episodes this season, 8 or 10, I would assume. So we're coming close to the end. But yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you guys thought. As always, full length reactions up at the Patreon. We're going to be watching this one every week. Give us some ideas as far as the next TV show you want us to watch. And all that being said, let's just get into The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 6. What the heck ship is that?
I don't know. It looks a little bit like a crustacean.
Yeah.
That creature
Like
only...
hand serving this guy.
Why is she the only one in water?
I don't know.
That's interesting. Is that how they normally look? That looks very different.
That's a small one.
Oh.
And were unaware of any local warlords that required payment.
Oh.
I am not a criminal.
Of course not. I intended no disrespect. I meant to say that we were not aware of the majestic Imperial presence in this sector, and we were glad.
Feels like you kind of know.
We are
Oh.
we are Mandalorian. And sadly, you're too late to hire us. We're privateers. Individuals for hire. Which is why we cannot accept your generous offer.
Okay, so they're working for Moff Gideon, dude.
Yeah.
Hired by a certain Mon Calamari viceroy who has reason to believe you absconded with her son.
It's a lie.
We've got a contract waiting for us on Plaisir 15. I can't
So they're
go
kind of
back.
like
Okay.
bounty hunters in a way.
Yeah.
They're like mercenaries.
We knew fate was not on our side.
Who cares about fate? I love you.
Come with us, Prince.
You can do this. I'll see you again.
Okay.
I thought Mandalorians were honorable.
We are, kid. All it takes is a few credits.
Also, who thought Mandalorians were honorable? Like, I know this show's shown that, but they've been more bounty hunters in recent history than
Yeah, I would think.
honorable warriors.
Yeah, I would think that the majority of people's interactions with the Mandalorians would be
Bounties. Especially in this time period. 100%. Whoa. What the?
The interesting planet.
This is so cool. It looks a little like Mandalore. Or like old Mandalore, you know, with the bubbles and everything.
Yeah.
This planet isn't on the New Republic registry, so I'd guess it's an independent world that hired them for protection.
Okay.
I'll land outside the fleet's perimeter. It's probably best if we go on foot.
So, am I missing something? Like, why exactly are they on such bad terms?
I don't know. They haven't really clarified. I mean, she
Okay.
like...
You've been assigned a docking slip. You will be guided on the assigned path. Engaging automated guidance.
What is this place?
What happened?
Automated guidance, huh?
I don't know if I like this place. This is one of those places that like looks all prim and
Yeah,
proper,
I was
and then
just
they're
about
like,
to say.
we're gently guiding you exactly where we want you to go.
That feels very, like, you know, that
Fake.
utopian kind of like feel.
This is interesting.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Din Djarin and Bo-Katan Kryze. Your presence has been requested by the leadership of the planetary democracy.
I'm afraid we have...
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna listen to you.
This is not a request.
Oh, can't we get a little more gradual startup? Like freaking whiplash?
roller coaster.
break my neck on this thing.
This is kind of cool. I like this design.
It feels very
I've never been.
it reminds me of like
I haven't even heard of it.
you know that new
Think
game?
we're gonna have to blast our way out of here?
This feels like Cloud City.
Goodness.
What?
What is happening?
Come! Everyone, special guest!
Do you know who that is?
Mandalorian?
Oh my god!
It's freaking Jack Black.
What the heck?
Let's address the bantha in the room. I was once a facilities planning officer during the war.
You were Imperial?
He was,
I like that that's canon.
but greatly under Imperial rule. My husband came here as part of his rehabilitation.
The Mandalorian privateer warships docked in your field.
Yeah.
We hire them for protection. Our charter forbids us from having a military because of my husband's Imperial past.
You really must see the view.
Bo-Katan is so pissed. I love it.
A droid problem.
What kind of droid problem?
Malfunction.
A coordinated malfunction.
We think
What makes you think that?
the planet's Imperial droids were reprogrammed for peace.
Oh wait, did they take over?
I can assure you they were completely rehabilitated for peaceful purposes exclusively.
We thought.
What kind of malfunction?
I mean, nothing too serious at first.
Uh-oh.
Power cycles, deleted task stacks,
And then it got worse.
traffic accidents, heavy equipment failure.
Ooh.
Assault.
Assault?
Wait,
Respectfully, what
that's really interesting.
Our constables are ill-equipped to confront battle droids.
Battle droids?
Battle droids? Why do you have battle
Whoa.
droids?
For what are they directing traffic?
the Mandalorian garrison outside your city walls can make quick work of your battle.
Yeah, why don't they just
Yeah.
ask them?
Our charter forbids any standing army from entering our city. Our constables aren't even allowed to carry blasters.
Weaponry and armor are intrinsic to your culture, are they not?
They are.
That's a good way to get around it.
You want us to eliminate your droid problem?
Easy, okay.
I knew you would help us.
Hold on there, Your Majesty. We didn't agree to help
Please,
you.
Princess Kreese.
Unlike
Oh.
my brethren outside your city walls, I am not a mercenary.
Apologies if that is the impression I gave. What I am...
He's like, sorry, I thought you all were.
Yeah, but like-
who doesn't want some money?
That's true. It's like you don't have to be a mercenary to want some
Jeez.
money.
Plaisir 15 would formally recognize Mandalore as a sovereign system and petition the new Republic to recognize it
Ooh,
as
that could be
That's actually huge.
politically.
Max Woves indicated that he split from you because you had designs on ruling Mandalore once again.
These droids were all reprogrammed.
What type
to
of
serve
battle
I,
droids?
I,
Are
I
they
still
like
don't understand why. Oh my gosh! It's Doc Brown.
scheduled to be scrapped at Katan.
Dang, the cameos in this, man. Oh my gosh, they're straight up battle droids, bro.
Yeah, they're actually just battle droids.
Small collection of malfunctions that our security cameras caught.
This is like a YouTube fail compilation. That's what it feels like.
Why not turn them all off? Who's in charge of that?
What?
The citizens voted
They
against
relied
any
to-
interruption in droid
Yeah,
service.
they rely too much on the droid services, probably. Yeah.
And why is that?
The citizens are no longer required to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
They don't want to do it. They'd
They're
rather
all
risk
too
it.
dependent on.
Our society would collapse.
Then what do you want from us?
These are people that work on all the droids and stuff like that.
I guess so.
Oh wait, what?
We were sent on behalf of the Duchess and
Could they be doing something in rebellion, kind of like, you know, programming them?
Maybe.
Hello?
Mandalorian Din Djarin, friend of Ugnaught Queel.
Oh, that's
they
right.
know?
Queel, remember?
Help us with our task. I have
Really?
spoken. Thank you for your hospitality and for sharing your table with us. We were engaged to hunt down and eliminate the
You may not have heard the news down here, but your droids are wreaking havoc in the world above.
There is not much of... I assure you, the droids are not malfunctioning.
Then
Okay, what's
they're
the reveal here? There's something here.
Then they're working as intended, right?
The stories of Ugnaught's skill with smithing droids are legendary. We know that Ugnaughts are considered the hardest working species in the galaxy.
Oh my gosh.
We, like you, have been engaged with a task to perform.
Bo-Katan is just so pissed.
This is not
so
her,
funny.
her lifestyle.
I just think it's so funny. Like they're just like complete face of like, are you kidding me?
Now, they've indicated that there's a likelihood that the next event will be at the loading docks.
How sure are they? Well, it's the only lead we've got, so we might as well have a look around.
Yeah, how could they specify so accurately?
Vicious.
They all look suspicious.
That's what I was gonna say.
This is a restricted area. Rest assured, I've had the entire line of loaders undergo maintenance protocols as a safety measure.
It's so great to hear these voices again.
It's interesting to see them like in the new.
Excuse me, sir.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah, but if they were truly,
oh dang! Don't go fire.
Recertified, huh?
Dang,
booking
it's
it.
like yeah. Oh my gosh.
Watch out.
These things are like really sentient. Oh gosh.
Oh my
Guys,
goodness.
watch
Word.
out. Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. Come on, come on. Use the Darksaber. Whoa! Dang, Mando!
Sounds like a droid bar.
And there's an address.
It's hard to tell. It's always been a little bit shaky in Star Wars as far as how like sentient or droids, right? Because it's like they're not full class citizens, or you wouldn't be selling, or it would be like slavery.
Well, yeah, but they also don't act.
Is really not helpful.
I figured out which one was malfunctioning, didn't I?
You did it your way, now let me do it mine.
I mean, I guess so,
Okay.
though, also, but certain droids do seem sentient, right? Like C-3PO and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. I don't which ones. Like I didn't think any of these battle.
Me too. Like the battle droids seem
or the
very.
super battle droids didn't. Yeah. But I guess they are. Yeah, how are we gonna blend in here?
I just don't think
It's a
we
droid
can.
bar.
I don't think they get many of our kind here.
You can check my registry. We are in full compliance with planetary law.
Okay.
Yank your memory circuit and dissect it back at the lab.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
You're
what you
wasting your
totally.
time. You can't reason with droids.
He's being, but I think he's being a little too.
They do is reason.
They're also programmed not to harm organics. How's that going?
That's true.
You're not helping. Just because the malfunctioning droids happen to visit here doesn't mean that this one is in on it.
There are concerns among my customers that we will be replaced.
By what?
Humans. But here on Tlazir, they are given a second chance.
Well, these catastrophes
That's-
don't help your argument.
Different.
We don't want to be replaced. We still have a lot to contribute. They don't ask that much of us. Organics created us. It's the least we can do.
That is that's a very interesting view.
That's so interesting.
Because it's like they do live so much longer. So like.
Okay.
It seems the malfunctioning droids all imbibed from the same batch of Nepenthe.
Okay, then someone.
It's like a freaking. That's funny. I'm sorry. It's just funny.
Do they need to preserve it?
Yeah, why?
The particles are definitely present.
What are the chances that they're still active?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa,
What the heck? Holy. Shoot that thing.
Dang, that's so dangerous.
Dang.
Holy crap. I thought that was just a normal, like medical droid or something. Holy. That thing's worse than the battle droids.
What's that?
The striations? Just an aberration in the metal. Probably malleability limitations at this scale.
Okay,
English.
Yeah, but don't.
Rotate the perspective.
It's a chain code.
If it has a chain code, then we should be able to determine its...
Yeah, where is it from?
There's no record of this transaction on the government registry. These droids were ordered by an individual, our head of security.
Oh, of course.
Oh no. Doc Brown, what have you been up to, man?
We know about the Nepenthe and the nanodroids.
They didn't malfunction.
So he's like trying to frame
You
them?
programmed them to disrupt an attack.
Or to make it so that they need to get rid of them, right? So. Oh yeah, true.
Oh my gosh.
Trigger this failsafe, it will convert the planet's docile workforce back into battle droids and unleash them upon the unseen.
Wait, back into battle droids? Holy, I thought it just shut them down.
Give yourself up.
Give up? I never give up. I didn't give up to the corrupt Republic. I didn't give up to the Empire.
You're a separatist.
Separatist is a pejorative term. I support Count Dooku was a visionary.
Oh, great.
By the Jedi enforcers.
Oh. Yeah, good.
This planet is unrecognizable since he arrived.
I had a feeling you hated me.
You served my family well, but Captain Bombardier is the love of my life.
Perhaps someday I can earn such forgiveness from your grace.
He's such a different character.
This means you guys support us,
You will
right?
always be welcome in our domed paradise.
Good. We're gonna need that.
And to this little one, I grant knighthood.
What the heck?
You are now a knight of the Ancient Order of Independent Regencies.
They're going to follow you.
I'm not their leader anymore.
Why? What happened?
Well, yeah,
Bo?
Why? How? Why would they separate in the first place, right?
I'll know when I get there.
Have you come back to join the mercenaries?
I've come to reclaim my fleet.
Uh-oh.
I'm now in command and grown quite fond of it.
Challenge him?
Then I challenge you.
Yes!
Do you accept my challenge?
How could he not?
He has to.
Yeah,
dude. He
that'd
did it
be
in front of the whole. Ooh, we're just going into it?
And how? When does the duel end?
Yeah.
What, I don't know the rules.
It must be to the death.
Or to one of them concedes, like?
Dang. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, dang.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Oh.
You'll never be the true leader of our people. You won't even take the Darksaber from him.
She already did.
Well, not really, right? Well,
What has been spilled by your own hands? Mandalorians are stronger together.
But according to our ways, the ruler of Mandalore must possess the Darksaber.
Then she shall have it. While exploring Mandalore,
you're
I was
right,
captured.
Told
right?
you, bro. I told you the text.
Bo-Katan
I called
rescued
it.
me and slayed my captor.
Who was in possession of the Darksaber?
Would this blade then not belong to her?
Just hurry up and take the Darksaber. It's so obvious. Come on.
Belong to her.
You guys have to accept it.
It would.
Okay.
Oh yeah, baby. That was really interesting.
That was very interesting. Like,
that was different. This planet is very different.
Yeah.
I liked it though.
I liked it in its own way.
You know, it felt a little bit more like season 1 of Mandalorian, which I think is better than the direction a lot of this season has been going. You know, a little bit like, oh, you got to do this side mission before you do the main mission or whatever. But like I said, I'm still kind of happy to be at least dealing with that as opposed to some of the other options. And I think it's interesting that we're getting more into the Mandalorian. Like, I think everybody has kind of felt this way this season, honestly, like the different reviews and videos that I've seen and stuff like that. But, you know, we all want to get more into the Mandalorian culture and that storyline. And so I think it's cool that we are.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I honestly, like, separate from everything, I liked exploring the whole, like, I don't know, like, different, unique type of, like, culture and city that this kind of episode had to offer.
Sure.
And this one, like, especially was, like, unique feeling.
No, it was very
because, you know, there's times where it's like, yeah, okay, it's relatively kind of special or unique, but this one really felt like different. And I like the whole, like, you know, it was like they were, it wasn't the typical kind of like feel.
No,
like,
it wasn't.
Normally it would be kind of like, oh, you got the royalty and they're, you know, all fake and oppressive, and then you got the oppressed, you know, whatever, the droids,
Sure,
right? And they're
sure.
like, oh, we're being,
They're
you know what I'm
being
saying?
used, yeah.
But here it was very like, it was a lot more subtle and kind of like, oh, you know, the royalty people, like they're clearly a little bit like, you know, how should I say, almost pampered feeling, but like they're kind of good people, you know, or pretty good people. So it's like, you know,
yeah,
are they really doing anything, whatever, you know? And then you got the droids who are like actually wanting to help the people, you know? And then you got that one dude who was like not for the Republic or the Empire.
He's from
right?
like the Separatists.
It was very interesting, you know?
Yeah.
So it I don't know. It felt very...
I don't quite know what to think of it.
It was, to me at least, it was like refreshing. It wasn't the norm.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. It was a little hard for me to see Jack Black and not just look at him as Jack Black.
That was a little difficult. Like, I love cameos and stuff like that. The one...
But that's why I think the Bill Burr thing was so impressive. Is because it wasn't that, but that is the exception, not the rule. And that's why, to me, I was like, oh my gosh, him being Mayfield was so great because, like, just his performance somehow fit the world, and they did a good job with that. But it's really hard to do that. And Jack Black stood out a little more to me. Even though I love Jack Black.
Me
Dude.
too.
I would watch the man in anything. But it stuck out a little bit to me.
Yeah, it stuck out a little bit. I mean, everything stuck out to me a little bit in the city a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and once again, I don't know if that comes from it just being a different feel or if it just it wasn't quite done perfectly. And I think that's what a lot of these things come down to in any story. It's not like the idea is a bad idea, and it's not that you can't meld different genres or different things like that. A lot of it comes down to execution.
Well, I feel like, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, this isn't reality. It's Star Wars, and it's a movie, or not a movie.
Show.
Whatever, you know, show, movie, it could be anything. But it's a form of entertainment. And so because of that, you have to do things and take into account certain things that aren't necessarily going to be real, you know? And one of those things is like, you know, the vibe and the aesthetic. Star Wars has a certain feel, and you can do different types of aesthetic, but there's a single vibe that everything kind of gives off of, and you need to meld it into that while still being different. You can.
Well, and look, there were parts of it that were, right? So, like, I think when we were going around the city and stuff like that, they nailed it perfectly. I just think some of the, like, royalty stuff, I don't know if it was the effects or the lighting or what, where it was like, this just feels a little bit like a costume.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of everything,
like a thingy. So I don't know. That was just me.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the Mandalorian stuff. I actually wish that fight was longer.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck, man?
I
want
was
a freaking
excited
trial
to,
by combat. Let's make this epic.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that, actually. Even I didn't even expect to get any sort of like Mandalorian action, but we did, you know, and that's cool. I like seeing cool fight scenes like intermingled with figuring out their culture, you know, what they do in order to do things, you know, in order to proceed.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know where we're going. I don't know what role Din is going to play in all of this.
I feel like he's just going to be along for the ride, you know, like...
Which is just very interesting, you know, as like a main character, right? And not that I'm saying I'm actually disappointed. I actually am completely just curious where his character is going to go. Because I wasn't confident that Bo-Katan was going to get the Darksaber. I thought maybe he might. And like lead the Mandalorians or something like that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I always thought that Bo-Katan was just gonna get it.
Okay.
It's like, I feel like there's no way like Din would like actually. He just doesn't feel like that type, you know. And Bo-Katan is that. She's like the perfect person to like lead them. And so I don't know. I think it's cool that you know, Din's kind of like, because he's usually a solo type of guy, but he's getting a little more, you know, like social with his own people and things like that, and trying to, you know, actually cares a little bit more about like what the Mandalorians are kind of like up to.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to have him with Bo because it offers a little bit more character development for the two of them. They're both a little bit strong and silent types. Yeah. And so then having them together, you know, it's like, wait, what's Din and Baby Yoda them together can only, you know, like do so much as far as writing a character. And that's just logistics. But so I think it's cool to see them together and get a little bit more of a feel for Din and his take and his character and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I feel like they're highlighting certain things, you know, like when they're with each other. Like, you know, like the small things like where Bo-Katan isn't quite... It feels like she hasn't been around the galaxy as much as Din has. Yeah. You know, and so with Din's like, you know, certain knowledge, like with the... I forgot what those aliens are called.
Yeah,
the ones that were working on the robot.
But he just has a better feel for
yeah, he has like better knowledge of like certain things, better connections around certain, you know, like more of the general populace.
Of course.
And then Bo-Katan can kind of like bring out that like
power,
that contrast between, I mean that too, but like the contrast between her kind of like normal behavior and Din's like more, I don't know, like strong kind of like personality, you know, like for example with the droids and things like that.
Yeah,
like normally when it's just
because
Din,
he could be intense.
Yeah, like when it's just Din, we're kind of just like, oh yeah, you know. But like when we're with someone else who's more normal, it like shows like how
like, chill. And Din's like, no, I'm just gonna kill all the droids, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so it kind of like, I don't know, when they're together, it highlights certain.
They do balance each other out.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so we'll see, Ben.
I'm curious.
I don't know where
we're going to go
back to. Like, are we going to end by retaking Mandalore? Once again, what's with this whole Empire plot still? So
yeah, we didn't get anything.
So
from
did
that.
they work for the Empire, or were somebody else doing that?
Yeah, I thought for sure they were doing something when they showed the ship and all that. But
so maybe it's like I said, maybe it's another group of Mandalorians that we haven't seen yet, right? Because there were Empire friendly Mandalorians, and in the time of the Empire, who like worked for the Empire. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, as always, Fulling Thrashes up the Patreon. The next week's reaction, we're gonna be watching that one next week. So feel free to hang around. And yeah, thank you guys just for being here. Thank you for joining us, for watching. I know we've had some audio problems the last few episodes, so I apologize. But if you guys are new here, welcome. Hopefully you stick around. And if you do, we will see you all in the next video.